Good afternoon. The card this afternoon. The card this afternoon is the Star. Once again, with my cards, because I'm not a Rider-Waite person, my cards are not, they don't have female figures in them, scantily clad or otherwise. They are just symbolic. There's symbols in them. A couple have angelic presences, but they're not all cards, not all of them do. In this card, you will see a lot of lovely symbols that I'm sure that you'll respond beautifully to. Upright, it means that your wishes are in a position to be fulfilled. And in the reverse position, it means you've forgotten to be grateful. So before you can have your wishes fulfilled, it's a good idea to be grateful. I've been really looking at the work of Steve Jobs. A lot of people don't like him. It's a very divided field with regards to that. And Steve said, for the past 33 years, I've looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I'm about to do today? And whenever the answer has been no for too many days in a row, I know I need to change something. I want to put a ding in the universe. That's what Steve Jobs said. So, in this card, water is pouring from two pitchers, jugs. One is into the stream, and you'll see that it represents kind of fertility by the fact that lotuses are growing out of the stream quite near to where that jug is being poured. And more than just a lotus, there's three there. There's the blooming and budding and fully opened lotus, so a dream has arrived, and then there's two others there. So everything is looking well. Then the water from the other jar falls into the 5 rivulets, which represent the 5 senses. It could be the stream of consciousness. So one of the jugs is suggesting practicalities, and the other one is about intuition and consciousness. In the sky behind are 7 small stars surrounding one large star. These represent the chakras, of course, because this particular card has a lot of yoga references. So if you are that sort of person, I would recommend you looking onto my Etsy site and downloading the work that I've done on the cerebrospinal fluid, because as far as I'm concerned, that is just not just me, but there are people, scientists working on it as we speak, that this is where the Akash is, your Akashic record. So you carry your Akashic record. So when you're linking into the chakras and the koshas and all of those things, you are linking in to your records of yourself. You know, and I've spoken about it before, that with regards to DNA, science at this moment, I believe, has only unpacked 3% of the information that's on the DNA molecule. And that is linear. We can understand linear. Our minds can do that. Nobody yet has come forth who can understand the other 97%, which is multidimensional. Now, DNA is not electrical in its basis, it's magnetic. So it's really important that we understand as we're moving forward that the information is magnetic in nature. It's multidimensional. Science has a lovely technical word for it, and this word has assisted them in their non-investigation of it, and they call it junk. We will wait to see the outcome of that. So if you've got an upright one of these cards, it means you're truly blessed. I would say to you, believe it and you will see it. So yes, you're truly blessed, but you have to believe in order to walk forward. You've got to be able to see what it is that you want, imagining and visualizing it, and then you will get it. But it's there. So courage, faith and hope have propelled you forward, and now is a time of fruition. Release negative thoughts. It's not the time to dwell in the past. It is time to dwell in the present fully, and meditation will help you. Jesus said, be still, and that's what he meant. If you want to speed the process up, then help others get whatever it is you want to get. That's what the Buddha said. You won't achieve great things with this card unless you attend to the spiritual part of your life. This is absolutely necessary for your transformation. You can't get around this. If you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it. It's your choice, but there's no way around it. So, reversed, your time hasn't arrived yet. But don't fret. In the meanwhile, attend to the needs of others. Volunteer. Give stuff away. Learn how to be unselfish. It's not giving to get something, it's giving to learn how to give. Giving without expectation. You are still in kindergarten in terms of enlightenment. In one of the yoga books it says, I think it's in the sutras, it said we have to understand we're in a burning building and we have to keep on going and helping our fellow man out of the building without concerning ourselves about what happens to us. We just keep on helping others. A story I've written in the tarot book, and I'll relate to you here because it's quite interesting. One of my clients, some time back, he was a client that had been an addict for 30 years, believed that nobody knew, but hit the deck really hard, and he was in rehab. Anyway, he quit the actual addiction, but he hadn't made any changes to himself, really. He didn't understand how he got there, and he didn't understand how to maintain the process. In spite of the fact there was 10 therapists trying to help him with this. And he asked me what he should do. He'd asked me many times, I'd see him and he'd say, when am I going to be well? And I'd say, well, as soon as you start thinking about others. And he thought that was just a game. He didn't believe it was real. And anyway, he quit the program. He did the whole program, and when he didn't quit, it was finished. And when it was time for him to leave, he went back to his home interstate. And a number of months later, I got a phone call from him, and he said, an email, sorry. And he said on the email, when am I going to be well? I'm working at the Salvos and I hate it. When am I going to be well? And I said to him, you won't get well hating what you do. The object of working at the Salvos was learn to love others. but I don't think that he's up to understanding it even now. So it's learning to understand others, learning to serve, learning to be selfless. It's not about disregarding yourself. It's about seeing others as yourself. Namaste. That squeaky noise is the cat trying to open the door. She will just keep at it. There is somebody who doesn't know how to give up. Have a lovely day, a lovely couple of days whenever I get back to you.